My name is Kendall Durham and I'm in Dr. Mitchell's online ESE 300 class, and today I'm going to be talking with you briefly on public school finances, public school influences, and how the two intertwine with each other for the public school system. The first chart I have created is public school finances, and I have 4 arrows that determine the federal government, state government, local government, and also private support and how they influence the public school finances. Now, the federal government, through legislation and laws that are set by Congress annually, determine the budget, and they hand the budget down to the state and local authorities to delegate to individual schools. Now, next, the state government, being handed down the budget by the federal government, and also through sales tax and property tax, determine the funding for each school district. And then handed down to the local government. They fund through the money that is given to them by the state and the federal government. Also, they use property taxes and local sales tax. The private support is a little bit different. They are not handed down any money by any of the levels of government. The private support has private trusts that are set up that donate money to the schools, as well as through individual fundraisers that schools might choose to do. Now, the next chart is public school influences, and I also have the 4 arrows that determine the federal government, state government, local government, and private citizen. Now, what this chart talks about is how each of these levels influence the public school systems. Now, the federal government sets educational standards and grants, as well as to dictate school lunches, and they provide funding handed down from the federal government. Now, next, the state government. They have the influence of they license school teachers and approve statewide educational policies, as well as delegate the State Board of Education members, and they also provide funding. Now, the local government determine the school budgets and curriculum. They select local board members and provide local funding. Now, the private citizen, like the private support, is a little bit different than these other levels of government. They have the right to vote on school board members. And this is very important because the private citizens determine who are on the local board and the State Board of Education. Now, the way that these two, public school finances and public school influences, intertwine with each other is the private citizens select congressmen and legislation, and the people that they select in turn make the laws that set the budget, and that goes back, ties into the private citizen voting on those people. Now, also, what I did not know about this project before I started was that the local government actually has a much closer hand on things than what I thought that they did. I thought that the federal government dictated the curriculum and the specific school budget, and that's not the case. The case is that the local government actually determine the school budgets and the curriculum. They have a much tighter hand on that than what I thought that they did. So that is what I learned that I did not know beforehand. And the private citizens really have whenever they vote on school board members and they vote on the local board members and the State Board of Education, that really ties in with the public school finances, because these private citizens are putting in place the people who determine the budgets and who determine through property tax and through sales tax also added with it. They determine how much money that the schools are given and how much that the finances are going to be for the school year. I hope that you have learned something from this project, and I hope that now you, like me, know a little bit more about public school finances, public school influences, and how the two intertwine with each other.